Today, you're going to learn how to give positive feedback, specifically how to give genuine compliments. This works in a workplace situation, but works really in any kind of relationship. And we are in video number 4 in a 7-part series. I'm here with my good friend, Dr. Julian Miravel. We co-wrote a book together called Positive Communication for Leaders. And this video series is based upon that book, which is based upon a model of positive communication that Julian developed several years back. In part, leadership is about creating an environment in which people feel valued, respected, and engaged. And one of the best ways to create that is by giving more positive feedback. Our approach in this video is to show you how to give genuine compliments to build relationships and enhance employee and organizational performance. Complimenting is one of the 6 key behaviors in Julian's positive model of communication.
In the model of positive communication, we argue that complimenting affects people's sense of self. So it affects not just who they are in the moment, their identity, but it more importantly impacts who they're going to become. Complimenting is a powerful form of giving positive feedback because one, it's the most direct way of telling another person who they are and how we see them. It also identifies specifically good performance or great performance. And then it shapes the other person, their sense of self, their identities. Positive feedback, complimenting, and recognition drive toward lots of benefits for leaders, many of which we mention in the book. Consider several facts from the most up-to-date research we have on this topic. The most compelling driver of an employee's performance is the quality of the relationship that they have with their immediate supervisor. Focusing on strength is going to improve performance, whereas focusing on weaknesses, which is going to undermine performance. And then finally, employees consider recognition for a job well done, respectful treatment, and coaching and feedback more important than pay across the board.
Now, let's make this even more personal right now. Take a moment to reflect on your experience as an employee, some kind of follower when you've been in that role. What is one compliment you've received in your professional career that has meant a great deal to you? Who gave you this compliment and how did it affect you in the short term and the long term? And you may even want to take a moment to write down exactly what was said so you can see the words, see the message. You may notice that as you remember this and write it down and bring it to mind right now, it can start to create some of the positive feelings that you felt at the time.
Let's give you our own illustration. Here's a compliment that I received that made a very positive impact on me and my professional development. Years ago, when I was a young professor at the university, on a Friday afternoon around 4 o'clock, I received a phone call. I picked up the phone and I said, "Hi, this is Julian Miravel. How can I help you?" On the other hand was David Belcher, who was at the time the provost of the university, the chief academic officer, and he's giving me a call. He says, Julian, I'm about to become chancellor and I'm moving and transitioning to a new university, but I wanted to make a few phone calls to people I really believe in on campus. And I want you to know that you're an extraordinary teacher, an extraordinary scholar, and you're going to be an amazing leader for this institution. I cannot wait to see what you're going to do in the next 10 years. That compliment really impacted me, not just in that moment, but for years to come.
You can see how a sincere compliment from David Belcher influenced Julian. He remembers it to this day. It wasn't just shaping how he felt in the moment, it shaped how he saw himself moving forward in the future. And in the same way, now imagine the kind of impact you can have by giving sincere compliments to the followers and employees who you work with. The bottom line of this video is we want you to start giving more compliments to the people around you. Look for ways to reach out and give them some positive feedback like that. So what can you give compliments about? Let's give it even more hands-on for you right now. Start by focusing on 2 key areas where people generally want to feel those compliments come their way. The first is that we all have a need to be seen by others as competent. The second is we need to feel appreciated, liked, and valued. So those are 2 areas that you can give other people compliments. So right now, think of an actual person in your professional life. Reflect on when you have seen them at their best in terms of what they might be demonstrating their competence for. So maybe you saw them, for example, doing a great presentation. Perhaps you saw them handle a difficult situation well during a meeting. Now, in the same way, think about a compliment that you may communicate to them that shows that you like them and appreciate them. Now, keep in mind, you have to give appropriate compliments. This is a workplace setting after all. We don't recommend, for example, you give other people compliments about their appearance. That can often come off the wrong way. But you can give them compliments about how you feel about them in terms of you appreciate them and you like them. For example, Julian just the other day sent me a text about how much he enjoys working on this video series together and on our book together that we collaborated on for a couple years. He's really good at that. So the key to these compliments is being sincere. This can't be calculated like you're doing it to get something from them. Genuine compliments are the most direct way to give positive feedback to people and shape how they see themselves.
Let's take some action today. Step one, take a minute to identify one person you work with that could really benefit from a compliment. This person could be a peer, a supervisor, or simply a subordinate, somebody who you work with every day. Step two, consider these questions to draft your very own meaningful compliment. When have you seen this person at their best? When have you recently seen this person do something special or even make an important contribution? And more importantly, you can ask, what strength do you see in them on a consistent basis? Once you've answered these questions, you move on to step three. You craft your compliment. When drafting your compliment, make sure to identify a specific example of when you saw the person do something great and explain how what they did has led to positive outcome on the basis of their strength. Let me share with you a compliment I've been drafting for Alex, who's really been influential in our ability to write the book, but also make great progress in our own personal and professional lives. Working with you, Alex, is an absolute highlight of my career. You're kind, you're generous, you're ethical, and you're so energizing in everything that you do. I'm inspired by what you are doing and who you are as a person and a professional every day. And more importantly, you've helped to make the book that we wrote together concrete and practical. And you always kept refining it until it was something that we were both really proud of. In short, I'm thankful for our friendship and I'm thankful for your leadership. Thanks, my friend.
Thank you. I don't want to pause for too long here because we're in the middle of a video, but I really appreciate that, Julian.
So once you've crafted your compliment, you have to move to step four because we have to let people know how we feel. And that's step four. Step four is deliver your compliment. Research shows that the most meaningful way of delivering a compliment is to do it in person because it's the most memorable. If you cannot do that, if that's not possible, feel free to express your compliment maybe in a personal written note. Either way, and as we explain in the book, the most important part of complimenting is communicating it.
Now, the reason we're emphasizing that last point is because here's an interesting fact. Professionals often don't compliment their people, even when they think positively about them. And they don't do it for three reasons. The first reason is they think positive thoughts, but don't bother to say them out loud. Second reason is they expect that the interaction will be awkward when they express it. And the third is they simply don't think that it's important enough to acknowledge others aloud. In other words, you personally may have to push yourself to compliment others. In a study, only 50% of the participants who actually prepared a written compliment followed through and delivered it. And we hope that you are in that 50%. So we're encouraging you to actually deliver the compliment and begin to give more compliments as a result of watching this video. People don't have access merely to what you think and how you feel. They can't see that. They only have access to what you actually do and actually say aloud. And that's why communicating the compliment is so important. So make sure you're in that top 50% who communicate it.
As a leader, you need to use every opportunity you have to strengthen the people you work with, to build them up and prepare them for their future. And we hope that using what you're learning in this video, you can apply this principle and seize those opportunities at every moment.
This is the fourth video in a series of 7 that we're making that break down all of these skills in the book on positive communication for leaders that you can check out on Amazon. Also, there's a free 9-day mini email class that you can sign up for. We'll put links to that. And please feel free to leave comments below. We look forward to reading them. In the next video, we go into the topic of self-disclosure for leaders in the workplace, which is a really challenging one. We hope you tune in for that. Until then, thanks. God bless. We'll see you soon.